Good evening, my dear friends. Today, in this topic, I'm going to talk on a particular thing which will make interest in everybody. If you're new to my channel, please hit on the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you will not miss videos whenever I upload your videos. Okay? So, let us get started with the topic. Now, the basic question of when, where, and how. This is a 3-minute talk. Well, the importance of when, where, and how is that in history we would have heard about when, where, and how, and why it is applicable, because this topic is going to implement in today's what I'm going to talk. Before that, understand why I am talking on this topic, because when you've chosen a topic or when you're asked to present something, don't do just for the sake of doing, because 90% people often do that. They do just for the sake of doing. So this is the wrong thing. So this is why I always have a procedure. Let's start with the procedure, basic question, when, where, and how, then with the topic, so that it will be easier to understand in what way this topic is going to benefit. This is how I make a YouTube strategy. Now, where it is applicable all over the world, because all over the world means whether in workplaces, whether in the shops or in gym, anywhere. This is important to say that where comes anywhere in the world, whether it is public, whether in an airplane, whether in a shop, wherever around the world. This is to say that how things differ as per the time, because we can see a drastic change in today's reality, that how times have changed according to it, isn't it? Basically, you always think that starting with a basic question implies all the topics will be covered within a short period of time. Because, for example, if you're going for playing a cricket or whatever, there's football or tennis or whatever sports you're going to play, without knowing a thing, if you're going to take that, it's just a waste of time. How much ever you work on it, it will only end up in a failure. So try to avoid such kind of mistakes. So this is a question of when, where. Finally, the question comes how and why. How means how it is applicable, because there are each competitors in a world where we can surely say that this it applies like this. It can go in any process. This is the basic strategy. Now, whenever we start with the topic, let us always have these kinds of questions in our mind, so that it can create interest in every people. Well, in my strategic, I always start like why, when, where, and how, so that it will give a benefit to the people. Because in my cases, I have seen also other YouTubers who don't even start with this kind of basic questions, when, where, and how. They just like that go away, for which in my case that is not worth to me. So that is why I always start with definition, when, where, and how. I go as per the process, so that things and objects becomes simple. It is like making all the complicated one into a simple thing, where it is like an atom. Oh, small things split into many particles. This is it. Now you would have understood about when, where, and how. So let us get into the topic. I'm going to talk about a story which is important in our day-to-day life. Before going into that, let me tell some of the things that happen in humans' life. Every day we can get the news around the world, which means nearly lakhs and millions of people are losing life due to so much of health issues. as well as what could be that cause, which means that health present in that human being might be the problem, isn't it? Because with a 3 minutes talk can be able to visualize why this topic is being discussed. In order to maintain our health, we should see to that we don't get affected by any kind of health issues related in it, as well as every minute of the life and health plays an important role, because everybody in this world should feel the consciousness of their health, because some people are not being conscious about their health and they take it for just for granted, which may ended up lying in the hospital or getting admitted in the hospital. These are the major problems faced all over the world. As well as, before getting into the topic, I would suggest you a question to you. As a person you are, what you would suggest to save lives of people from unnecessary health issues or unnecessary problems? This question is for you all, guys. I need your answer in the comment section. What about you feel, right? This question I'll answer in my terms, but in your terms, give it in the comment section. In my terms, I will answer. In my opinion about this case, I always try to make people live without getting affected, which means affected means in terms of health, I say, not to suffer from any kind of health issues, and they should not go to that hospital unnecessarily. To that level, I can think how to avoid such kinds of incidents and how to save money. This is how I always think. Regarding this topic, I'm going to talk on a insect. Well, what is this insect does? This insect helps to save millions of lives around the world, but not only millions, billions of lives around the world, because this is used in many things. That is what we are going to see today. Well, what is that name of the insect? It is nothing but an honeybee. You would have guys known about honeybee, which means honeybees can be found anywhere in the world. Because it is used to build hives anywhere, in the forest or in the beautiful garden, anywhere it wants. So, what is this nature of the honeybee is that to build hive anywhere and produce honey as a food. Now, let's see the talk. Once upon a time, I was sitting under the tree and watching the birds flying. I was really interested in picking up the comb for the honey to use as a food. Imagine when I, as a person, there is a tree located near my house where there is a hive located in the tree that is related to honeybee. I was really interested to pick that hive and bring it to home, because it is one of the best food that can save our health. I started studying honeybees, which is similar to insects, because apart from all insects, I would say that this is a best insect for the purpose of health. Next paragraph. In a beautiful sunshine, it reminded me that today is a honey picking day, which means the sun which is rising. Reminds me that today is a honey picking day where I have to go and pick those, cut those hives and produce as honey to me as well as to my friends. Where I have to go? I have to go to the hive and pick it, and pick some bees, and bring it home for you. The type of bee present in the hive is nothing but an European honeybee, which means this honeybee, which is a place located in France, like when you consider a person, he belongs to Switzerland citizen, he belongs to German citizen, he's a citizen of France, he's a citizen of Europe. That is how we used to describe a person, right? Similarly, this bee is a citizen of Europe. That is what they termed as European honeybee. Well, is this word different from anywhere? No, not at all. Sometimes it is, because in this earth there are different countries. According to the world, bees will be different. If you have Switzerland, the type of bee is different there. If you compare Germany, if you compare America, it will be different. If you compare South Africa, it will be different. If you compare Australia, it will be different. If you compare Korea, that will also be different. So we can know that each country varies according to the climate. How it varies it depends on the weather and the climate present in that particular country. According to that only, bees will be there. The most surprising thing I've heard about bees is that it's a sheer diversity. It is a very true statement that honeybees belongs to a sheer diversity. Well, honeybees are the bodyguards to create life as a friend to people. Well, one example I will tell you what its guard means. Imagine a king is visiting a country. Along there will be security guards to protect him. Or imagine you must have seen a king of pop, Michael Jackson. When he enters that country or airport, that crowd begins there. All the security guards will be there to not let the public near him. That is the termed as bodyguard. That's the same thing here. So what happens is that, imagine our health is considered as Michael Jackson. You just imagine as an example, our health is considered as Michael Jackson, and that other health issues are a public. Then bees are the security guard. Easy, right? So what happens is these bees doesn't allow those disease to come near us. It just push away, which will never allow us. Think like that. Just think that when Michael Jackson enters some place, there are bodyguards which prevents the public for nearing him, which means those bodyguards won't allow those people to come near him. That it is like that. It is also an organizing lives in hives, which means hive means lots of bees will be there, which means everything the bees will be organized. What it does is that which are big to the society. These hives are very big to society, means if it is equal to the big of society, it is also equal to the big of world. It is a life-saving measurement. We can see hives anywhere in the country, but there are three important ways that people can find bees. But it will visit all kinds of flowers to pick the petals of a flower to build the hives. Well, to say that this honeybee picks different kinds of flowers to build the hive. From where they all just picks. They pick from hibiscus, they pick from jasmine, they pick from lavender, they pick from sunflower, they pick from every flower they can, as well as jasmine. Because if imagine, you must have seen a hibiscus flower. In that center there would be a petals. What happens is that honeybee will enter that flower and pick that petal and take it to the hive. Similarly, it will visit each plant to pick the flowers, but we were not able to see that. When the honeybees know where the petal is, but it will not be visible to our eyes, to be very frank. Now, generally, we can see the bees flying. We can see the honeybees flying, but we cannot exactly tell where that bee flies. Where it flies all over the sky. To build the hive, finally, we realize that how honeybees are important to create life as a fruit. Now, up till now, we will summarize what we have learned. When I saw a honeybee flying here and there, I came to realize that how honeybee as an insect plays a very important role in every situation compared to health, starting from head to leg. All are in the human bodies, isn't it? Because as I came to know about honey, because since I am taking more honey when I take in an empty stomach, I can feel the freshness in my mind, and I can also see the brightness which is appearing in my mind, and you can see my beautiful hair and beautiful face which is very shining. Everybody calls me as a small boy. That is what I feel to realize compared to the story. Guys, before ending up the story, I would like to tell you, if you have a honeybees or hives near your house, what you would do with that hive? You give this question answer to this question in the comment section. I will read it out. That's it, guys. Now we have understand that how honeybees plays an important role in day-to-day lives, right? The conclusion is, from the above topic we can able to relate how honey is important, as well as the honeybees as an insect is important in everyday aspects day-to-day life. This is the end of the talk. In the next video I will be seeing you with a new topic as well as new suggested. Before that ending, I would like to tell you one thing, guys. Now, if you have not done honeybee as an insect, take this as an example in your life. Make your people live to live a better world tomorrow. That's it. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Keep on watching.